Oh, you're not home?
No, I'm at my friend's house.
Gotcha. You commandeered the kitchen?
Yeah.
Valid. Love that. All right, let me just get my shit sorted out.
Let's see. We're live. Fantastic. Wait for the people to trickle in. Early game today.
Yeah, it's 7 again. It's kind of weird. I mean, it's better than 9 o'clock, but
Oh, better than 9 for sure, man. The 9 o'clock starts the worst, especially when it's not necessary, like Memphis.
I mean, the 10 o'clock games are the worst ones when they're on the West Coast. Those
Yeah,
are
they're the worst, but like
brutal.
at the same time, like that's their time zone.
I guess it makes more sense. I don't know, but am I crazy? Just play at 6. Bump it an hour earlier. Like 6 isn't that ridiculous for the West Coast. Come on.
That's true.
Change it up. Anyways, Celtics Pistons for the second time in 4 days. Celtics riding the high of a 4-game win streak. I would say their win over the Nuggets might have been one of their most impressive all year. I was pretty impressed. I mean, the Nuggets are a really good team. They were 8-3 heading into that. They had I believe they were one of the 2 teams in the league shooting better from 3 than the Celtics. Top-notch offense. Defense obviously leaves something to be desired, but the Celtics just kind of picked them apart all night. Was it a wire to wire? I'm not sure. But close to it. If
It
not.
was close, if not.
I can check it out right here. But I was very impressed with the way they played the Nuggets. I thought they kind of, just had their way. The Nuggets were never really in the game. They couldn't stop the Celtics on offense at all. Nuggets led by 1 point at one point. So it was about as wire to wire as you can get. Hello, Evan. We are back also. We missed last game. Sam and I were at the Garden. And, one man show is no fun. So, yeah, no, I was happy with their win over the Nuggets, though.
Me too, man. I paid to be there. So anytime I go and they win, it's great. 2-0 so far this season. Me and the guys had a good time yesterday. Jack
I'm
and I were
3-0.
right across from each other.
They have not lost when I've been there as media.
Me neither.
Maybe it's a sign.
Well, they lost when I went as media, but it's neither here nor there.
Mm-hmm.
I was first, by the way, chat. Even though I didn't earn it. It was just I was there.
Fuck you. Funny. No.
Jack is there on his own accord.
Yeah, I mean, Jokic put up some good numbers. I think he had 29 points. They kept him off the glass. I thought they did a really good job on the offensive boards. They gave up 13, which was more than I thought the Nuggets got. But the Celtics were great on the offensive glass themselves. And I mean, we can just talk about Pitt and Pritchard off the gates because he was fun. He was very good against the Nuggets. Finally got some PT around 15, 16 minutes of action. Assume he's going to get even more tonight with the injuries. But yeah, PP was fun.
Yeah, it's really good that he played so well in the one time he's really getting the opportunity. As somebody that was writing about him earlier this week, saying, here's a few ideas where they could trade him, where it would be good for both sides, where he would get opportunity to actually play instead of running away at the end of the bench. Now you've got him coming out, having an impact game off the bench, hustling, scoring, grabbing extra rebounds. I mean, how many rebounds did he finished with yesterday? 5, 6? Like, that's 5 a lot boards, for him. He's 6'2".
4 offensive.
Yeah, 4 offensive rebounds. He's just absolutely busting his ass out there so he can try and get some more run.
Embarrassing DeAndre Jordan.
Yeah, that
embarrassing.
Was bad. That was a great sequence, though.
Yeah,
it's a shame
fun.
They didn't score before that. It had to get to that. But they deserved a bucket there with all the hustle.
They did. And Sam alluding to the injury report. This is what we're dealing with tonight, folks. It is not pretty. I will say, though, it does suck not to have these players play. I would rather them rest these guys in a November game against the Pistons than have injuries catch up to them in March. I'll put it that way. That's
I agree.
It's fine. I'm okay with it.
Completely agree with that.
Yeah, but this does leave us with a little bit of room, Sam. We can do some predictions. What do you think the starting lineup will be tonight?
Do we not have it yet? I think it's going to be okay.
I haven't looked yet if we do have it. So
okay, it's Marcus, Jason,
okay,
Grant, Derek White, and
yeah, right,
Blake Griffin. I think it's gonna be Blake Griffin.
Okay. See, I think it might be Marcus Smart, Derek White, Jayson Tatum, Grant Williams, Luke Cornett. I think they might give Luke the start because he's looked real good. And I understand maybe they want to keep him in a bench role, but he's been. I mean, I thought he was really good against the Nuggets. I thought he was also really good against the Pistons. This is something else I saw thrown around on Twitter as an idea. Maybe you don't take Derek White off the bench because you want to have Smart in the starting lineup, White off the bench. I understand it, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
I think
let
Evan
me
has a
check.
good point if you're looking for more of a
Yeah.
scoring punch to start the game because the Celtics really don't have a second option out there. You don't want it to be Marcus Smart. You want him to be distributing the ball. If you have Hauser out there, you can run sets for him, get him shots. Had a little bit of an off game yesterday, but besides that, he's been money this season. You can really rely on him.
Well,
Super consistent.
Sam was right.
Look
This
at
is the
that.
starting lineup.
Sam knows stuff. I
There
said
you
I'm
go.
going to go back into my bank of memories from when they were, I don't know who it was against, but Griffin started in New York, I think it was, on a back-to-back last weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
New York.
Look at that. I know things. Don't
I
doubt
wasn't
me.
sure if they'd go Griffin or Cornette just because I couldn't remember if Cornette was there for the start of the next game. I think he was, though. I think he was there. They pulled him off the bench a couple minutes in. So he didn't get the start regardless of Blake Griffin. Luke Cornette, who, by the way, had his second kid. That was why he was absent, which makes a ton of sense. But yeah, that's the Celtics starting five. I'm not sure the Pistons. Pistons are rolling with. Would you like to guess, Sam?
No.
No? No interest.
Sadiq Bey, not Cade Cunningham, Isaiah Stewart, Jaden Ivey, and some other guys.
Yep. You got it. The other guys Sam was referencing is Corey Joseph. So he's the point guard for them.
Bogdanovich, who I forgot was on the team.
Oh, do you forget him?
Briefly forgot, yeah.
But yeah. Last time the Celtics played the Pistons didn't really come to play. Celtics look good, but the Pistons just missed shot after shot.
Did the Celtics look good, though? That game was really close for a game where Detroit was horrible.
I thought they looked good.
They were real bad to start that game, and it was like a 4-point game in the third quarter.
No, I thought Boston was fine. I thought the defense was good. I thought it was obviously emphasized by the fact that Detroit couldn't hit a shot. But I wasn't too unhappy with it. I also think the offense didn't look as good because shots just weren't falling at times. Like I thought they were getting good looks. I just thought that some of the shots weren't really falling. And then they pulled it out in the fourth quarter. They've been great in the fourth this year. Missoula talked about it after the game against the Nuggets. I don't have the stats exactly. I was searching for them, but I couldn't find one that the stats that I wanted. But Celtics have been a good fourth quarter team. They haven't really blown obviously they've blown leads early, like the Bulls game, both those Cavs games.
They picked their spots.
Yeah, but they haven't.
What you see is what you get.
Crumbled.
They're not waiting until the end of the game to rip your heart out anymore. If they're doing it, they're saying, "Hey Sam, you can't take your insurance bet. We're just going to do it now instead of waiting to do it so you can make money from it."
And I'd argue, and I guess there could be pushback on this, but I'd argue the only really bad loss was the Bulls game. But they should have won the Cavs games. They were in them and they were up.
They should have won the first one for sure.
Sure, but
that one was worse than the road game. The road game, I feel like both teams just played really well, and the Cavs got the best of them.
But I think the Cavs are a better team than even a lot of people gave them credit for. And it's not like they blew a lead and got blown out like the Bulls game. They crumbled a little bit and they stuck with it, and then they, just got out dueled in overtime. Like I'm not going to complain over those losses. They're 9-3 this season. And 2 of the losses are overtime losses.
Very well, could be 12-0.
Exactly. They've lost in regulation 1 time though. That's impressive. Celtics.
That is very impressive. If this was hockey, they would have only 1 loss. Because then they count overtime losses differently, right?
Yes, they do. Celtics look good, and it's like beating a dead horse, but man, the offense is ridiculous. Like it's just the defense is coming along. It hasn't been as good as you might hope, but the Celtics are averaging 120 points a game. Like that's ridiculous. They have the best offense. If the season ended today, they would have the best offensive rating in NBA history. Like this is historical stuff from the Celtics. I saw a stat that was God, I'd need to find it. I forget what it was.
Well, you look. I will say the best offensive rating of all time is a lot of fun until you see the teams that have recently held the belt, and it was the 2021 Nets and then the Jazz from last season. So, two teams that did not make it past the second round.
In fairness, those are also two teams who have never, or in the Jazz's case, never been to the finals. They've never proven anything in the playoffs. And in the Nets case, I mean, come on.
I mean, that team that was the year they were supposed to win. That was the year they were actually supposed to be good.
And maybe they would have. They also dealt with some serious injuries.
Well,
and
KD's foot was on the line. That was really it.
That is truly
If
unfortunate.
his foot's not on the line, Budenholzer's unemployed.
True. He was also. I mean, we don't have to talk about this. How the fact that KD took that Bucks team to 7 by himself was kind of stupid. Like that was ridiculous, right? Like that, and I think that was the last time we really saw playoff KD because Tatum kind of put him in his pocket last year.
Yeah,
but it was impressive. But now, have you seen the stats of the Nets post or pre and post Kyrie?
I just saw it. 4-1, best defense in the league, number 1 net rating.
Yes, sir.
Not what you want to see from a team in your division. Don't love it.
You don't love it, but from a anti-Kyrie person, as I know you are, it must be entertaining at the very least. I can't find the stat, but it's something along the lines of the Celtics are like. I'm annoyed because I can't think of what the stat category was, but it was the Celtics at 108, the Mavericks at 100 at second place, and the gap between the Celtics and the Mavericks was as big as the Mavericks.
Oh, I think Grandy put that if you're really looking for it.
Okay.
That's where you saw it because I saw it today.
I'll check Grandy.
Evan in the chat saying we, the Celtics, need to play like the Celtics did against Phoenix after Christmas last year. And he's right. I misread that when I put it up. I thought he was saying we, the Celtics, need to play like Phoenix did last year after Christmas. And I was like, well, no, because they were horrible in the playoffs.
It's not Grandy. I don't see it.
Really?
Yeah, no.
Jackson says, look at who the Nets have played.
Shall we? Let's see. Nets schedule.
The juggernaut Utah Jazz in Washington tonight.
That's not even a joke anymore. The Jazz are good. Like that's not a meme anymore.
It's kind of a meme. Like they're still not supposed to be good. They are good. It's just hilarious. Like I think before the season I said like I thought they might not be horrible, and you said, "What are you talking about?"
Yeah,
somebody said it to me.
I was wrong. I was definitely.
And then I went back on it because I'm a coward. I was like, "Oh, Jack knows more than me. I'm right. I'm wrong."
Jackin, not that I don't think he meant to come to the Nets' defense, but he is correct. In their pre-Kyrie, it was New Orleans loss, dub against Toronto, losing to the Grizzlies, Bucks, and Mavericks. And since then, they're 3 losses and 5 wins. Indiana, Chicago, Washington, Charlotte, Dallas, New York, LA. So it is a difference.
Yeah, he's saying you shouldn't be impressed by this, is what he's really trying to tell you.
Sure. Yeah. Big win against LA last night for them, but
today.
I'm not. Oh, was that today? Oh,
yeah, 4 p.m. tip.
You're right. Very weird. Very weird. But yeah, they haven't been bad lately. They have a pretty somewhat difficult schedule coming up. But anyways,
2 weeks.
Wrapping back around
on Sunday, Celtics.
Yeah, wrapping back around to the Celtics. Celtics sit at second in the Eastern Conference, behind only the Bucks. Who Celtics are only 1 game behind the Bucks, who just lost last night to the Spurs. Lost to the Spurs. Sorry, I'm all over the place. I'm not sure if Giannis played, but Celtics have put themselves in a pretty good position so far this year. 5 wins in a row. Now they go up against a pretty subpar Pistons team, but Celtics also dealing with injuries of their own. I am hopeful heading into tonight. They should win. I mean, Jayson Tatum is playing. Anytime Jayson Tatum is playing, I say they should win. That is quite the spread. I don't know. The first 6 minutes of Nets clips was torture to watch. Why, Jack? And what happened? I didn't.
Yeah, explain it to us. As far as this.
Oh, Corey Joseph also not starting. Killian Hayes is starting instead. So
okay, Killian Hayes, who people say is not an NBA player.
Yeah, and then he randomly made shots against the Celtics. How's that for you? Of course, Killian Hayes is rough though. Anyways, sorry. Go ahead.
People not loving Killian Hayes. No. As far as Milwaukee goes, what a start to the season they had. Before Giannis, did he get hurt for them to lose? Did they lose with him yet?
I think they were he was like day to day, so they just rested him against the Thunder or something like that. Like it was something like what the Celtics do with Al.
Yeah, speaking of Al, that's really what I wanted to talk about. I couldn't think of anything, so I just talked about Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Al Horford, before the season, said he would not sit back-to-backs, and here we are. The third back-to-back of the season, and
He's gonna sit back.
the same low back stiffness.
He's sitting back to backs.
Yeah,
Let's call a
that's
spade a
fine.
spade.
I wish they would just say it. I don't care. I really don't care, and I prefer it. I don't want him to wear himself out. He's a valuable player. We saw it yesterday against Denver, where he had 21 points and was excellent
Yeah.
against the MVP last season.
Career high in threes.
Yeah.
There you go.
So you would like him to continue to have something in the tank when the playoffs roll around. So I'm fine with this. I wish they would just say it.
Mm-hmm. See, I don't think they want to say it because I don't think they want to let other teams like pre-plan for it. I think they probably want to like say, "Oh, maybe." Well,
If you and I know, the other team is going to know. It's not a secret.
Well, maybe then down the line in some important back-to-backs, they can just say, "Psych, Al's playing," and it'll fool them. You know.
I somewhat agree with that. I think depending on the game, he may play. But as of right now, you're not going to have him play against the Pistons. You're not going to have him play against the Knicks. You're not going to have him play against who was the other back-to-back, Sam? Who knows?
Don't remember.
Orlando.
Yeah.
All back-to-backs have been Saturdays so far, by the way.
There you go. There you go. Off topic, but Liverpool won today, Sam.
They did. Last game before the World Cup, which is in the fall this year, which really takes the spice off of it. Because the best thing about the World Cup is it's in the middle of the summer when there's nothing going on but baseball, and it's the dog days of baseball, so the games aren't even meaningful.
Yeah.
Now you've got football, which people like for whatever reason, college football, which is fire, basketball, hockey, and then the World Cup. So
I'm
it's
still
now
excited
competing.
for the World Cup, though. It'll still be fun.
Oh, it'll be fun. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Are you rooting for USA? Or are you
the United States is supposed to actually be decent.
Are you rooting for the US?
For the first time.
I assume.
Yeah.
I don't know what
I root for them.
Speaking of soccer, though, my team had a big win today. I was amped. I didn't get to watch it. I watched the highlights because I always forget. But that's huge. I was very happy when I woke up to see that. Man City.
Really? Well, good.
2-1.
Man City's rats.
Ivan Toney scored in the 98th minute, Sam.
See, you missed out.
10 minutes
That's the best thing. That's the best thing about soccer is that a game can change like that. You know, even till like the final whistle, there could be a goal. It's not always like that. Everything else.
A Man City corner, and Brentford just took it and pushed it all the way up the field, crossed it into Ivan Toney, scored his second of the day. Ivan Toney, who got snubbed from the English national team, by the way, it's kind of fucked. Not happy about that, but
Bergen says, "Is Jalen okay? He's out with a right knee contusion or some knee, whichever knee he bruised. Yeah, pretty much. He banged knees with somebody or something like that. It's not a."
Last night he said it would be fine. He said it's not a big deal.
So. Yeah, it's not a big deal.
But
better off resting him tonight against the Pistons team. Yeah. Who did they beat this week, Jack? Because when they played them on Wednesday, they only had 2 wins. Now they have 3.
Pistons schedule. Also, before we get back to all this quick, Brentford's home stadium was chanting to Erland Haaland saying, "You're just a shit Ivan Toney," which I thought was
That's not very nice.
I did enjoy that. Pistons beat the Thunder. They beat no, since they haven't won since the Celtics beat them. They lost to the Celtics on Wednesday. They lost to the Knicks yesterday. But they beat the
They only had 2 wins on Wednesday.
They beat the Thunder. Who have the Pistons beat this season? They beat the Thunder. They beat the Warriors. And did they beat Orlando? I don't know.
It was like opening night they beat them.
Yeah, they beat Orlando and they beat the Warriors, who, by the way, in shambles. Warriors have been in shambles lately.
Didn't they win yesterday? They beat the Cavs.
They've won 2 in a row. Neither win was a good win. Very close, and they scammed a win against the Kings, if you want me to be honest.
I didn't see the Kings one. I saw the Cavs where Curry came off the screen from Thompson and everyone said he was moving.
Oh, you didn't see the Kings one?
No.
Kings one was worse. You want to see?
Yeah, put it on the screen.
We'll do a little screen sharing. Yeah. Okay. This was how the Warriors beat the Kings. And I won't say they scammed to win completely. Well, okay. So Warriors are up by 3. Kings inbound the ball. Kevin Huerter gets a shot. Let's see. Huerter foul. Gets a 3-point shot. This was deemed no foul. No foul. They called nothing. Got him on the elbow and then got him after the shot.
Can you go back to the beginning? I'm very tempted to argue against you here.
On the elbow. Right there.
Dude, there's a gap between his hand and his elbow. You can see black between there.
Watch it bounce off the elbow. Bounce. Hits him going up on the elbow.
I don't know, maybe.
And this is the big thing. That.
What do you mean that?
Let me give context.
Are you talking about his hand?
Yes, the high five after. Let me give context. The context is 2 games before this, when the Warriors were playing the Heat, Stephen Curry, Jimmy Butler got called for a foul for or something like that. It got reversed and they called it no foul, and so they didn't call it a foul. And then Stephen Curry after the game complained and said the shooter needs to be allowed to finish his motion. So the context is Stephen Curry arguing that this should be a foul.
Yeah, but the consistency from the officials says no.
Well, actually, you're wrong again, because in the 2-minute report, that was a foul, and the Kings should have gone to the line for 3 free throws.
They need to
that was a foul.
Make
that
something a little bit more concrete with 3-point shots, because I think it's a little bit egregious.
Well, he
guys, now in that instance that you just showed, it's not really a problem. I mean, there's no time left, and if you think he got hit in the elbow, I can't see it super well.
I think it's as much the elbow as much as him kind of running into him, though. Like, he just ran into him on the shot. Watch, this angle's better.
I don't think he ran into him, really. He was just guarding him closely. You shouldn't get punished for guarding.
He knocks him out of the air.
Nope. He flailed midair. Right there, he flails.
No, he gets hit on the elbow.
He flails. Him getting hit in the elbow doesn't make his knee go out.
He gets hit in the elbow, and then he grabs his hand and takes it to the side on the fucking contest. That was, I think, in real time and after the fact, this was such a clear foul, and then the NBA reversed it and said it should have been a foul. It was a foul. Like, the NBA admitted it was a foul. It was a clear foul when it was live.
If had that been called a foul, it would not be egregious as some of the other fouls they call on 3-point shots. I think that they really need to crack down on that. Guys should not be foul hunting on 3-point shots. In no other basketball game on the planet besides an NBA game is a guy falling down after taking a 3, unless he gets tackled.
That was a foul, though. That was absolutely a foul.
They said it's a foul, so fine.
But if you want to laugh at the Kings even more, just because we're in a laughing at the Kings mood, this was I think 1 or 2 games before. At the end of the game for them. Let's watch this Tyler Hero game winner.
I saw this. This I saw.
Watch
if
Tyler
this
Hero's
happened against
everybody.
The Celtics, I would have been furious.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, I didn't notice the travel. I just thought the shot was tough.
Oh yeah, no. Watch the travel. Watch his feet. Pick up the ball. 1, 2, and then 1, 2.
Fair enough.
Didn't call it. Heat win the game, and then the good old 2-minute report. Oh no, it was a travel. 2-minute report sucks, man.
You also have to take into account it's the end of a game. You really can't be super ticky-tack with fouls, because then it becomes a disaster. The Kings one is more of a thing. I don't know. I don't think that's a travel call they're making 90% of the time.
I think so. They've been calling a lot of travels.
They have been, but
a lot. Marcus Smart got called for a bunch of travels. Well, whatever. Do you want to watch Aaron Gordon truck through Grant Williams?
If you want to talk about why.
I saw a lot of people saying he flopped. Which
I was
maybe
there.
a little bit.
You were there too. I didn't think he flopped.
But I was pissed. I didn't see it. I
looked
down. I was writing the I'm writing recap for a game, so I'm trying to fill in stats and stuff, and that happens. I turn over to shout out Jam Packer, and I turn over. I go, what did I just miss? What is happening right now? He goes, Aaron Gordon kind of just football tackled Grant Williams. But yeah, let me find it. Yeah, I did not see it live. I was not happy.
Well, they were doing the ball roll to milk the clock and then setting up the offensive line,
which they've been doing a lot this year, which is smart.
That's going to get banned.
Yeah.
They're not banned, but they're just not going to run clock. They're going to. Yeah, he definitely the ran into him. The best part is he was complaining egregiously and was shocked when they gave him a flagrant.
Grant like definitely stepped over into him, but you still can't do this. Like you
Yeah.
still can't. What are we doing, Aaron Gordon? But I saw Timmy G on Twitter saying Grant flopped. He deserved to miss those free throws. I was
Yeah.
like, how? Like
I disagree. I don't think this
maybe
is
a little
flop.
bit, but you
He
can't
still
just
hit
run
him.
into a guy. Yeah, you can't just do that. Like, what are we doing here? Like that's just
Woman in the background, irate.
Yeah, you football tackled him. Jack and saying they are calling a lot of travels. Birkin saying Jalen will finish his game in career finish a game in his career with 20%. Yeah, he is very efficient.
He was
Jalen
efficient
started
yesterday.
the game 9 of 9. I think he started
This is a
yesterday.
good 10 of 10. Good
10 of
segue.
10.
So my friend I went to the game with yesterday, Smash the Odds. I always plug in the chat. Jack, I informed you of this. He had Jaylen Brown's point total over yesterday.
Yeah.
And he needed one more point, and he's they're 2-on-1 on a fast break, him and Tatum. And Tatum does a fake behind the back pass dribble and takes the layup, and Brown does not hit the total.
Was your friend getting hyped when they won on the break?
He was hyped at the beginning of the game because Brown came out and scored like 14 in the first quarter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he had a great. Was he over 24? You said
25. He had to score 26. He only had 25.
Speaking of that, do you want to give your smash the odds right now?
I am.
Typing it in. I'll start looking for my bet too because I've been slow. Let's see. Why are all the player props Pistons players? What is this?
Because the Celtics had so many guys out, the props are no good. But pick of the night presented by Smash the Odds at Smash Odds on Twitter. Isaiah Stewart over 8.5 rebounds, solid pick. You don't have Horford in there for the Celtics. They're going to be a bit small inside. Blake Griffin starting the game. Stewart, a known presence on the glass. That was one problem the Celtics had the first time the Pistons came to town this week, is they could not rebound the ball. I really don't have a pick for you because there are no Celtics props on the app, as Jack is seeing right now, the visible confusion. You can take I don't have anything for you. I'm sorry. But I will say the weekend, perfect time to subscribe to Smash the Odds, or at least follow them. You get free picks for college football and the NFL. And if you just want one day of picks, you can buy a day of picks and enjoy all the games.
Yeah. There you go. I'll give you a pick.
Okay.
The Boston Celtics is over 117.5 over. I think they'll hit that. And 117 is a lot, but the Celtics, like I said, they're averaging 120, and the Pistons are not exactly the best. They're not exactly the best. So
Dennis, who was in our stream on Wednesday before the Pistons, commented he was putting 50 units on the game over. It hit, and then he came into the podcast comments to remind me that it hit. So good for Dennis. I don't think he's here today, but I mean, I'm glad he's rich.
Legend. Birkin saying Sam Hauser will go for 30. Why not?
That's a good nickname for Hauser. That's not bad.
Sammy Automatic. Yeah, I do like that. That's a nice ring.
Not a lot of proposed nicknames for Hauser. Do you have a favorite?
I mean, his Twitter is Big Smooth. I don't love it, but that's his like self.
There's better than that.
What's your favorite?
Sam with the scope, I think, was Eddie House.
Mm-hmm.
I
like
Sammy Snipes, maybe. I don't know.
I like Sammy Automatic.
I like that. Good. That's good from Birkin. Birkin, where'd you hear that? House Money is good too.
House Money is good.
Birkin, you have all the good nicknames. Where are you getting these? Are you just really creative?
Curious.
Eagerly awaiting the response in the chat.
Yeah,
Birkin just comments how good the Celtics will be when Rob is back, or how Jalen's gonna have 50 today.
The classics.
All right. Well,
anyways, anything else you want to talk about while we wait for Birkin and get ready to get on out of here?
No, I'm gonna have to pack everything up and get back in the room here to watch these games. So I have no problem skipping. Let's see, CLNS
guys,
good guys.
Makes sense. All right. Well, yeah, I think that'll do it for us. Sorry for the somewhat inconsistency on shows. I've been at the Garden a few times, so has Sam.
I've been going to games.
So it leaves us a bit shorthanded, but we should be back for a good stretch of games here. I don't think I'm going to be at a game again until after Thanksgiving. So
I don't know where I'm going again. So I'll be around.
Yeah. How Malcolm Brogdon injury
He's
update.
still out with that tightness
Jovel.
in his hamstring.
Yep. For tightness, House Money is dope. Yeah, he's out with hamstring tightness. Joe Mazzulla said he doesn't think it's a big deal though. So there you
He's
go.
very curious. Brogdon,
Yeah.
another comment.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We appreciate y'all stopping by. Check us both out on Twitter. That's below our faces. Just realized we did the entire pregame show with our podcast background up, so that's on
That's
us.
fine.
It looks the same.
Looks the
that's
same.
a good plug.
It's us.
But speaking of that, check out How About Them Celtics podcast on YouTube. Subscribe to that channel. We're slowly gaining in subscribers. All I'm saying is once we hit 1,000, we can start monetizing it. So we've got a ways to go, but we can make that a goal. Let's get to 1,000. Help us out, guys. Tell your friends. Subscribe to How About Them Celtics podcast. Check us out on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter. Just had a new reel go up today of Sam talking about Marcus Smart, who's been great.
A lot of likes
check that
on
out.
it. Say
How
good things
about
about Marcus.
Steez?
People come.
Yes, sir, they do. This has been the Bannertown build-up. We are here 30 minutes before mostly every Celtics game, and we will see you guys before the next one. Peace out.